Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Beaver Materials Field in Noblesville, Indiana. Tonight we will have some JV action to start with the Noblesville Millers and the Fishers Lady Tigers. Looking forward to a fun junior varsity game here to start us off tonight. The Millers will take the field with several players that have never played lacrosse before this year. That have come very far, doing really well in the season. And the same is to be said with the Fishers Tigers team. Have a large JV team, which is pretty exciting to see all the lacrosse growth in Hamilton County. So we'll be underway with a draw here momentarily as our officiating crew makes their way onto the field. We'll have a varsity game following the JV game tonight. This is a special night for us. It's senior night here at Beaver Materials Field. So we're looking forward to having recognition for our seniors this evening. While we're waiting for action to start, we'd like to give some recognition to Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 27 years. Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 and visit their website at www.loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Looks like the teams will take the field, and we will get started. The Millers will be wearing gold, and the Fishers Tigers are in red. Lining up to take the draw for the Tigers is number 10, Chloe Nash. And once the ball is placed, the players cannot move until the whistle. The draw is up. And Fishers will get control of the first possession. And that will be a turnover for Fishers. The player did not have her goggles on her face when play started. Must have all your equipment on properly. And for girls, that's goggles and mouth guards. The Millers bring the ball down. Abby Haley gets a shot, tries to follow it up. Hunting down the ball in the corner. Good hustle there, but just got out of bounds a bit. So that'll be Fisher's ball coming the other way. You'll see the officials motioning the players to come onto the field to play. They have to be within a meter or two of that sideline to get started. And Maya Hill comes up with the ball there, makes a pass. Good hustle to the inline. See if Millers can regain possession here. And it looks like we might have stepped on the inline again. So Fishers will get the ball on the far end of the field. We have a dangerous check. So we'll bring it back and go from the restart. Millers do a good job applying pressure. Good double team with a turnover there. Abby Haley comes up with the ball. And she drives hard, and you'll see that she was greeted by a Fishers Tiger player, but they were not close enough to her, so that call there is called obstruction of free space to goal. And that will give her a free position shot at the 8 meter. All the other players will clear the critical scoring area, and the officials will restart once everybody's in position. And Abby takes her shot. Good block by the goalie. And Fishers will bring the ball up the field, trying to make a connection downfield. And Sarah does a good job there of coming up with the ball on the knockdown. Good pick. She's able to make her way in and does a backhand shot, finding the goal there. So Sarah Travis does a good job of getting an interception on this end and taking it down, scoring the first goal for the Millers tonight. You can see the nice backhand placement there on the replay. A few substitutions before we get started here with the second draw. And the official sets the ball. You can see the girls on the ends of the lines make sure to stay still until somebody gains possession. They are not allowed to cross those restraining lines. And that will be a stop play. Looks like a check to the head, which will have a 3-minute penalty for number 20. So the Millers will play at an advantage and will have 7 players on their attacking end and defensive end, while Fishers must maintain only 6 until the 3-minute penalty is up. And after the penalty, the same player is able to come back in, or the Fishers Tigers can substitute if they wish. So the Millers will get downfield. Quick turnover, unable to hang on to the ball. Hoping to see the Millers take advantage of this penalty here and maybe get a goal or two in this 3 minutes. And it looks like the Tigers did go off sides. So the restraining lines in lacrosse are typically on a football field, the 30-yard line, and easier to count backwards than forwards, even though the officials will tell you have to count forward to the goal. But there should be 4 people between the attacking restraining line and the goal. So they brought one of the players back on sides, and the Millers will get a restart once they figure out how to position everyone on the field. It looks like the Tigers were able to come up with the ball there, so it must have been offsetting fouls. Good drive, good takedown, so we'll see the first offensive possession for the Tigers. Shot goes high, and players chase the ball out of bounds. The player closest to the inline as the ball crosses will be awarded possession. So the Millers will bring the ball upfield. Good pressure by the Tigers, getting a good solid double team on the sideline. And Sarah Travis does a good job backing out, finding someone outside of the pressure to pass the ball to. And the Tigers are able to get another turnover. Forced turnover there. So the Millers will hustle downfield, set up on defense here. Quick shot. And catch there by goalie Maddie Reel, who makes a quick clear to the side. Finds Abby Haley in the middle. She collects the ball, and the Millers will attack here. Good job, good look, good cut by Alyssa De Libero there, going down the middle and finding her, making a good catch and shoot. She was able to make sure she had that ball before she quick stick into the goal. Really good cut, good timing on her shot. Looks like both teams will change up their draw circle. I see the Millers have brought in number 29, Brooke Miller. And Fishers has Kyla Prusen at the center circle. A good draw. And the Millers gain possession. The officials release both ends. The Millers are making some passes into the middle that are a little bit tough to hang on to and not directed to anyone, but I think that they'll be able to clean that up here in a few minutes. The Tigers are doing a really good job of capitalizing and picking up those ground balls and hustling the ball downfield, getting good transition. So we have a major foul there on the side, so the Millers will get the ball and settle into their offense. And that's a quick shot for Kinley Morris. Emily Blackburn gets possession here for the Millers. And you see the official there make a motion around his head. That means that the defensive player there came into the sphere of the attacking player. There's a protective area around the player's head that cannot be entered by offense or defense. Megan Workey is able to find the ball on the ground, pick it up, and make a quick shot there. She does a good job being patient and turns around and makes a nice quick shot. That brings the score Millers 3, Fishers 0. So we'll come back to the center circle for a draw. With Kyla and Brooke at the middle here. A few more substitutions. So you can see the Fishers team has put all 7 of their defense already on the defensive end there to maybe stop some momentum here of the Millers. And there they're able to stop ball. And Brooke Miller collects the ground ball, able to get into the middle. Nice quick footwork. Good reach up high. Unable to come up with it. Emily Blackburn finding her way through several Fishers defenders over there. The Millers are doing a good job of cutting into open space, especially from the weak side. Once they nail down these passes, I think they'll be getting a lot of good looks at goal here. So that'll be a turnover on the missed pass. So Fishers will get the ball at the far end of the field. Good knockdown. Come downfield, see if we can get, the goalie's going to come out of the circle, collect the ball. And she tries to find a player upfield. Megan Wernke is there to pick up ball. And good job on the pick. It's a good cut across the middle. Would like to see that pass a little bit sooner so she can get rid of the ball in a better place on goal there. And then clear to the side of the field, right at the restraining line. Nearly goes out of bounds, but saved there by Kyla Prusen, who finds her way to the middle. Millers put good pressure and come up with the forced turnover. Emily Blackburn will lead the charge down the field. Finds Ella Forth. Girls are really doing a job on both sides of anticipating the pass and getting into good position to knock it down or pick up a ground ball. And that pass was just a little bit too much to hang on to, so the Fishers will clear the ball out. Bring the ball down the sidelines. And Chloe Nash will see what she can get started here for the Tigers. Good job around the goal. Maddie Rail's able to come out, chase it down. And unlucky there, runs out of bounds on the back end. So that will be Fisher's ball, and she will have to stay outside the crease there. And she hustles back and gets her stick on the ball just barely to prevent that goal from going in. So we'll have a restart here with the Millers. Coming the length of the field. That check was just toward the body there, a little bit closer than the official would like to see it, I think. In girls lacrosse, you have to check away from the ball carrier. You can only check a person's stick who has the ball, and it has to be away from their body. Brooke Miller collects the ground ball and hustles down the sideline. Good pressure by Fishers, getting a good double team there. Brooke hangs on to the ball. And that ball will be a little bit too much to hang on to again, so the inline turnover there, so Fishers will come up with the ball. Millers are now applying some good pressure, getting a good double team on the side. And that'll be a foul on the Millers. The player is playing defense, isn't allowed to really lean into the ball carrier. Have to stay straight up and down there. Millers get the forced turnover. And Helen will get the ball over to Abby Haley, who will take a quick shot just wide of the cage. Chased down by Ella Forth, so the Millers should maintain possession here and see if they can capitalize on this opportunity. Forced turnover, big pass upfield. Still fighting for the ball there. We got a minor foul on the side, so we'll have people go out. It'll be Miller's ball. And Kate West will restart here for the Millers. All the players should move 4 meters away. Which is roughly 5 yards. 4 meters equates to roughly 5 yards. Nice way to get inside. Good save by the goalie. And Fishers was offsides there on that clear. I think just got a little bit mixed up on which line was the restraining line. Good clear by the goalie, finding the open person up top. And so Sarah Wolf will get possession for the Millers. We'll be able to get downfield quickly and see if we can get an opportunity to score here fast, or maybe settle it down and find a good shot. Really nice pass and catch there. And Helen Tietze from Noblesville hangs onto the ball, sees it all the way in, and makes a nice shot. You'll see that on the replay there. She was just laser focused on catching that ball and finding some net. Nice job to her. So Helen will step to the center circle and take the draw for the Millers, along with number 58, Jaron Waltz from Fishers. And Fishers' team still loading their defensive end with all 7 defenders at this point. And Helen comes up with the ball. She's doing a good job. I like the speed and hustle and tenacity that she's bringing. Finds Emily Blackburn in the middle, who turns and shoots. A little bit hard to hang on to there for the goalie, and that's a goal for Emily Blackburn. Brings us to 5 for the Millers and 0 for the Tigers with about 4 minutes left to play. And I'll welcome my friend Hannah Dabble here tonight, just joining us to add some fun. Welcome, Hannah.
Thanks, Veronica. Sorry I was late. Had to pick up the little one, so.
It's all right. It's all right. We've got a fun game here. The Millers are doing a really good job on the offensive end. As you can see, the Fishers has responded with putting their 7 defenders there to start. And Brooke Miller comes up with the ball. And that's a forced turnover there again for the Tigers.
I do like seeing that fight for Melissa there to try to get the ball back. It's always good to see those low attackers, fight hard as the other team tries to move forward in transition.
We had an interception there by Brooke Miller. Tries to complete the pass. Unable to do so, so Fishers will bring the ball down the field. Emily Blackburn here. The Tigers have made a good adjustment here to slow any fast breaks that the Millers might potentially have. unlucky there. The goalie was able to get her stick on it, but couldn't quite make the stop. So Ella Forth will get that goal there. And you can see that one just slipped past her there.
Nice left-handed shot there by Ella.
Like to see that. Ella's doing a good job this year for sure for JV. The JV for the Millers has done a tremendous job of making improvements all season long. They're coached by two former Indiana lacrosse players, and Maddie Russell and Morgan Soderholm, who both are doing a fantastic job with this group. And Maddie, of course, played at Noblesville and then went on to play at Augustana as well. Millers control the draw.
Ball down. Looks like the Fishers goalie came up with the ball. We'll see if she can get it cleared here.
Held check there. So even when the goalie comes out there, field player, so you have to treat them like anyone else. So if you're going to check, it has to be a nice quick check. And that will be toward her body, a dangerous check there, so she'll get a restart again.
You know, anytime a goalie is out of the goal circle, everybody's trying to get that check to get the ball back.
For sure. And this goalie here from Fishers is doing a really good job of coming out and not being intimidated at all by those field players.
So Noblesville has the ball here, so you'll see the goalie retreat pretty quickly there so she can get back in her stance.
So here she'll take some time. Looks like they'll use a deputy to pull that ball out. The goalie will set the ball down. Someone runs in to get it, and they just run it out and upfield, which looks to be working here. Good hustle there by Fishers, met by Cheney Cornell at the top of the 8.
That was a good job by Cheney of keeping her feet moving to make sure as that attacker came down, they didn't just blow by her. A lot of times that's really hard as a defender to get set but also be ready to move your feet.
And that will bring us to the end of the first half. Miller 6, Tigers 0. And we will greet you back here in a few moments for the second half of JV action at Beaver Materials Field.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
Superheroes come in all shapes and sizes. They don't always meet in an underground fortress. Sometimes they meet in places that appear to be very ordinary to most people. But inside, there are heroes in training. Some are smart, strong, or brave. Maybe they can build cities or heal people when they get hurt. But even superheroes need some help sometimes. With your support, we can change the world. Together, we are a force that can't be defeated. Support the club. Save the world. Support your local superheroes and donate now to the Boys and Girls Club of Noblesville at bgcni.org.
Hey Deb, why do they call us Logan Street Signs and Banners?
Because we started off at Logan Street.
But we're on South 10th Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
Why didn't we change the name?
That would have just confused everybody and they wouldn't be able to find us.
Now I'm really confused.
Bill, we're Logan Street Signs and Banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville. Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street Signs and Banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street Signs and Banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street Signs and Banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Welcome back here to Beaver Materials Field. For the second half, our score starting the half is Miller 6 and the Tigers 0. Getting ready to take the draw. It looks like Fishers will start the half with all 7 of their players on the defensive end, so right where they left the first half.
And Fishers is able to come up with the draw there. So the Millers should apply a lot of pressure here on the ball, waiting for all of the Fishers players to get down to help out. Passes a little long there. Chased down by Maddie Rio.
You know, one thing there, Fishers is able to slow down the transition by having 7 behind, but it really does slow them down on the other end. They really aren't able to make any type of a fast break, and it's also a lot of running for their midfielders.
Agreed, and I would really like to see how the Millers adjust and maybe put some big pressure on that ball if they do indeed lose the draw. Miller's making some good passes here, making some connections down the field. Backs out of the triple team there. Finds the open player in the middle. Turn and shoot.
That was a great job of finding the open player, though. If they're going to double or triple team, certainly we need to find those people.
Millers maintain possession. Kate West will have the ball on the side. Finds her way in, makes a reverse pivot there to see if she can find some open net, but drops the ball.
I'd really like to see the Millers spread out a little bit more in that situation. They tried to get the feet inside. But especially if we're going to, get double and triple team, getting out big and forcing those defenders to have a further amount to slide is really going to be beneficial.
Millers do a good job hustling back. Quick shot there on the transition, followed up on the rebound. And there the Fishers Tigers are able to score the first goal of the game for them. And it looks like it was put in by number 4, Julie Cower. So that'll bring us to the center circle again. And Helen Tietze comes up to the draw circle for the Millers. Along with Jaron Waltz from Fishers, number 58. And it looks like there was a little bit of false movement there on the Millers. So as I mentioned in the first half, once the ball is set by the officials at the center circle, the two players are not allowed to move until he blows his whistle. And if one player moves, it will be awarded to the other team. That was really good defense by Helen there. Finds Abby Haley in the middle. Give the Millers some speed in our transition.
Fishers came up with the ball there, but then didn't complete the pass, and unfortunately for them, it rolls out of bounds. So Abby Haley will pick it up for the Millers, and they'll be on the attack again.
Quick pass to Alyssa, who looks to get into the middle, but the Tigers do a good job of stopping her. She comes out with a re-challenge. Nice shot there, but the goalie is able to make a save. A little fight for the ground ball over on the side, and that'll be a push on the side there by the Millers, so they'll bring the ball onto the field a good 4 meters, and we'll go from the sideline here. So the Millers do beat all the Tigers back there, preventing the fast break, but they're able to come up with the ball. And we'll see if they can move it around a bit and find an open opportunity here to score. Got a bit of an overload offensively on the right side.
Nice hard drive by the Fishers defender, but great save by the Noblesville goalie.
Big clear upfield, hitting about the 35-yard line. Like to see that from a goalie. Alyssa collects the ground ball. And makes a pass into the middle. Good save on the sideline. The Tigers come up with the ball, showing some speed down the sideline. Helen is there to greet her and turn her back to the middle. The Millers are doing a good job of hustling back on defense. I know you'd like to see that, Hannah.
I absolutely like to see it. One thing I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of is them keeping their sticks up. A couple of them had their sticks down low there on that possession, and anything you can do to make yourself look bigger on defense is definitely a big help.
Yeah, and Nicole Olivia, number 55 from Fishers, is able to put a fake on there and drive around the Noblesville defender and get a good open goal shot there on the goalie. Those are tough to save. That's not something we expect our goalies to come up with. They should have the defense in front of them to help stop that. We tell everyone lacrosse is a scoring game, so when those opportunities present themselves, the attack should win those. So that brings our score 6-2. Millers haven't been able to find anything offensively here in the second half, but the Tigers come out firing. Abby Haley gets the draw control for the Millers. And that is a horizontal stick call, I believe, on the opposite sideline there. When you get close to the offensive player, you have to have your stick up between your shoulders at the 10 and 2, is what we like to tell the girls. But between their shoulders, can't go below. It's also detaining the player. Nice cut by Brooke Miller, who shoots. Goalie makes a good save, and then she picks it up and fires again.
And the Millers finally get on the board here in the second half. I will say, up until that goal, it looked like the Fishers Tigers had really found something that was working for them in double teaming and sometimes triple teaming the ball. So as long as the Millers keep their heads up, keep the ball moving, it'll be a little bit easier for them.
Yeah, they did a good job there. I like the adjustments that both teams have made coming out of the half. Able to see a couple different things here happening for the teams. Back to the center here. And Megan Werke is there on the ground ball, gets the foul call, so she'll get the ball in open space, who finds Brooke Miller to Abby Haley. And the Millers are able to keep possession here. And we got a foul on the opposite side, so Brooke will use the self-start there nice and quick to catch the Tigers off guard. Unable to control the pass. Turnover.
And the goalie is successfully able to clear the ball. We've got a foul on the Millers, so we'll go 4 behind.
I was unable to make out the number of the goalie in the first half, but I do think they have a new goalie in here. Landon DeLong, number 7. I could be wrong on that. Maddie Reel does a good job shutting off the pipe on that side, coming down the side of the field there, making that goal look a lot smaller for the attacker.
And Maddie's been very aggressive tonight coming out of the goal.
She has, and I think you'll see that Maddie Russell, who was the Noblesville goalie a few years ago and then also went on to play Augustana, she played that position and played it very aggressively, and so I'm sure she's coaching the goalies here to do the same, which I love as a coach, seeing that goalie be more of an 8th defender for the team, apply some pressure where they can, and come out and chase down ground balls and get interceptions.
It just really brings a whole different dimension to your defense and what you're able to do.
And unlucky there on the catch, couldn't quite hold on to it and bounced out of bounds. So the Tigers will bring the ball on field. And if the Millers can get a good body on someone there, you can see Nicole Olivia was able to weave her way through 3 Millers defenders there. Tough ground ball there, pickup, so Tigers will come away with it. Good double team, good pressure. Ella Forth will try to slow the ball down on the sideline. Abby Haley comes to double team. Quick check. And the problem was with that check is that she came up toward the person instead of down and away, like we talked about. It was a nice quick check away or up, but it was just a little bit too close to the body for the officials' taste over there. Good save, Maddie Rio. Make sure that ball's in the stick. Nice, easy clear. I think she might have a little bit of doubt on that first one after the throw the last time, but she'll regain her confidence. She's got a great clear. And Cheney does a good job of controlling the ball there, not panicking with 3 Fishers players on her.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to collect the ball there, but that was a great job by Cheney to stay in control and be confident in her stick skills and abilities. A lot of times it's easy for players to get flustered and either drop the ball or turn over the ball because of that pressure.
So here the official will move everyone away. Fishers will get the ball. And we have a foot race here to the goal. Good job on the Millers getting back, making her change direction. And that's a shooting space call there. The Millers did a good job getting back, but once they get into that critical scoring area, they do have to be within a stick's length of the attacking player where they'll get that shooting space call. Maddie Reel sets up off that center hash, makes the save, quick clear out. Maddie Reel's a fun goalie to watch. I like seeing her play. And so the Tigers were a little bit too close to the Millers there, so we're going to bring the ball out. Off the restart. Nice catch there. Good pressure on the backside. She just got on her body a little bit too much, so that's where the foul came from. But it was good that she was there to apply that pressure. Abby Haley starts at the 12 and drives in and is able to find a goal. So that brings the score Millers 8, Tigers 2 with about 10 minutes left to play. And you can see in the JV game a little bit different philosophy on the clock here. In JV games in Indiana, they'll do a running clock, 25 minutes. The clock won't stop when goals are scored or in the last 2 minutes. Whereas in a varsity game, they'll do 25 minutes and they'll stop the clock after every goal and on every whistle in the final 2 minutes of each half.
And going into our timeout here, there is 10 minutes and 4 seconds left on the clock, and it is Millers 8, Tigers 2.
So what in this timeout here, Hannah, what's something you're telling the Millers to do coming out of this?
I'm telling the Millers to continue to stay big and communicate on attack, which usually you don't talk about communication quite as much on attack as you do on defense. But both ends of the field, it's really important. And with a double team and triple teaming here, getting big, communicating on if you're open or not is going to be huge. On that drive where Abby scored, we also had somebody wide open down low. So just making sure your teammates know where you are and when you're available.
And for Fishers, I would be telling them with a score of 8-2, we got to put a little bit more pressure on. They're doing a good job on their double teams and triple teams, but they're really going to have to hunt that ball and go after it to turn this game around. Lacrosse is a quick scoring game, so it's not said and done at this point. But the Tigers will have to apply a lot of pressure on the Millers here coming out of the timeout.
The Tigers are probably also going to have to look at, I know, dropping back. The 7 has been relatively successful for them, but in order to come back in this game, once it gets further into the half, they're going to have to look at bringing some of those players at least back to the attacking end.
Yeah, they're going to need a couple quick goals to turn it around, but it's not like it can't be done. So we'll see how both teams approach these final minutes here. the draw is up. Ella Forth. Not Ella Forth. That's Maya Hill. I'm sorry. Comes up with the ball off the draw control there. Nice, good self-draw. And that's Kinley Morris on the side there. Morris is a common name in Miller Lacrosse. Her sisters, Kylie and Katie, will play on the varsity team here coming up this evening. Good pressure by the Millers there. See if we can get a good double team on the sideline. And Helen Tietze is there to pick that ball up. She is everywhere tonight. She is coming up with the ball when it's on the ground, and she is fast.
The Millers are lucky to have a couple players like that. Somebody else that comes to mind is Abby Haley as well. She's always all over the field, always looking to get those ground balls and make good plays. The future is definitely bright for the varsity team.
Yes, I definitely agree with that statement. And the sheer numbers that the Millers have this year is exciting as well. So here the Tigers will look to attack and get a goal. Doing a good job of moving the ball around and not making. There was a really good drive with a shot that came at the perfect time as she turned the corner there. And that's a goal for number 38, Brooke Bergman. Really good look. I really like when she shot that ball. I always tell girls they like to get right on top of the crease after they come off of stuff and off of any pick or any chaos, and shoot that ball a lot faster. And she was able to do that. And it was actually 39 Ashley McGlynn on the goal.
Yeah, and I think sometimes players, especially those that are inexperienced, think the closer to the goal you are, the more likely you are to score. But it's actually a little bit easier on the goalie when you get up too close.
Yeah, agreed. And that draw, it didn't go above the player's head, but it looks like the Tigers will be awarded the ball. Didn't go above because it looks like the Millers might not have gone up and away first there to make that ball get up in the air high enough. So that's an illegal draw for the Millers. And the Tigers will attack on this end here.
The Millers did a great job there of getting back.
Nice hustle on the sideline over there. Good save. That was some excellent hustle by Aubrey Arms to save that ball and get it back. But the Tigers come back up with the ball. Off the forced turnover. Good pressure on the defensive end there. And you have Kate West giving a little pressure behind goal, seeing if they can force something there, and they do a good job coming up with the ball, and we'll have Helen clear the ball out.
I really like the pressure that the Millers are putting on the Tigers, especially with having the 8-3 lead. Usually you don't see a lot of hard pressure if you've got a lead, so I really like seeing that.
And that was a good cut across the middle there by Lindsay Johnson. Tough angle to pass to, and was unable to hang on to it, but I like that the Millers are keeping their head up and trying to find each other down there. And they're doing a good job of trying to communicate and get a double team here, unable to really nail it down, but I see them trying to work together and make it work. And that will be a body foul there on the side, so Fishers will maintain possession, and everyone will clear out. Clear for away from her. And she's able to start on her own when she's ready into the double team. This JV team must have been working on double teams because this is a really good game of double teams for them. seen them nail down quite a few and really put some pressure on. And that was a quick shot. And Chloe Johnson there applying some pressure.
Fishers does collect the ball.
And finds a wall of Millers, but is able to get through. Loses possession. And there's a push somewhere. So it looks like the Millers will get the ball. Helen will start with it there a little outside the 12-meter, the defensive 12-meter of the Millers. Big pass upfield. Good connection to Kenley Morris. A little late on the pass with the cut there.
One thing I will say about this group of Millers is that there's quite a bit of speed on the field. While we've seen a lot of skill in the past, I would say this is by far the speediest group of youngins the Millers have had in quite some time.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Definitely smaller in stature, but a lot faster than the Millers have been used to, which is fun to see. Good defensive stop there for the Millers. Aubrey Arms is there to stop the ball, forces a turnover with her teammate, and brings that ball down the field. Got about 3 minutes to play, so we'll see how the Millers approach this final 3 minutes with a 5-goal lead.
Some more communication issues there on attack. I think we had the Tigers having some trouble finding girls to mark up, so I would have liked to see some players cut and ask for the ball and possibly a feed into the middle. Unfortunately, we've lost possession, so it's Tiger ball. But it looks like here, yep, the Millers have regained possession.
Sarah Travis did a really good job of being patient and waiting for that ball to get in front of her before she jumped in front, limiting her chances for getting the foul.
So the Millers did jump off sides there, I believe. Accidentally, Alyssa did try to jump over the 30 as her teammate went over, but she got back over the 30 just a little bit late, and the referee caught that, so it will be Tigers ball.
You don't typically see 3 officials on a JV game, so there are eyes everywhere out there tonight. That's a shot from far outside, collected there by Maddie.
Who finds a wide open teammate there at the 30.
And that's Lindsay Wilson on the sideline bringing the ball down. Her sister Erin Wilson will be playing in the varsity game tonight as well. Way to ask for the ball outside. You can see Alyssa's trying to tell her teammates to slow the ball down there and work the clock out a bit, but unable to get that message delivered. So the Tigers come away with the ball.
There's a minute 14 here left at the game here, so it's going to be a little bit tough for the Fishers Tigers to get back in it, but they're still pushing hard. That would have been a great draw and dump opportunity there. All of the Millers went with a ball handler instead of marking up. So while, I'd love to see, maybe a double team on the ball carrier, you'd really like to see the open girl in the middle of the 8 covered as well, especially if you have three defense players down there.
So the Millers have the ball here in the final 30 seconds of the game. Shot there by the Millers. Goalie comes up with the ball and clears.
Good stop
to
there by the
Miller for
goalie.
a quick shot. She did stay very patient there on that open shot. Down the middle, was able to make that save. And that will be the game.
Final score, Miller's 8, Fisher's 3 here at Beaver Materials Field, and we will see you back later for varsity action tonight at 7 p.m.